As humans, we use our own stories as well as the stories that we are told to create meaning out of our life. And on Story Talk this week, I wanted to talk about Sarah's story entitled "You Are Not a Victim, You've Got This." And there's so many layers in this story, and I think it's a really good way for us to look at a story and see how it doesn't matter who we are. We could be a different age, we could be from a different country, different backgrounds. Whenever we read a story, each of us is going to get something different out of it, something that relates to us. And you will be drawn into whatever it is that you need to hear on that day, or whatever it is that you are needing to think about. You'll be drawn into that naturally. So if we just have a talk about Sarah's story, she finds herself where she is homeless, unable to support herself, a very, very difficult situation. And then she has this man that comes into her life who comes in to help her. He does things for her that she never expected. And what's so interesting about the story is previously Sarah had seen this man as not being very nice. She didn't really like him very much. And she was also a little bit mistrusting at first, because she wondered, well, what does he want? Does he want something in return for helping me? And this was in the back of her mind. And I found it quite interesting. I was thinking, if depending on who's reading this story, what are they going to get out of it? So for example, maybe for some women out there, they are living in circumstances where they don't have as much freedom as other people. They might be in an oppressed situation, and they might be thinking, can I do this? Can I get free? Can I get out of here? Someone in this situation might be reading this story and thinking, I wonder how Sarah got free. I wonder how she got out of this situation with no money, no job. How did she do it? And that could give somebody the courage to think, yes, this situation, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. What can I do? Somebody else might be reading and thinking that they could be the person to offer help to somebody in need. So perhaps you haven't ever been through what Sarah has been through. Perhaps you've never been faced with the same challenges that she has. But in reading this story, you can relate to the character or the gentleman in the story that helps her. And it can just plant a little seed in your mind that, oh, I know so-and-so, I know this person, they're struggling, or I read about this person who needs help, and I'm in a position to do that. So you can be moved to show compassion and love to somebody else. Somebody else reading this story might be working with somebody who is very difficult at work, maybe somebody who doesn't interact with you well, and you might have resentment towards this person, or you might even have some inner judgments towards them. When that person dealing with that reads this story, it might help them to see that perhaps they've misjudged that person. As Sarah says at the end of her story, that she learnt never to judge a book by its cover. So whatever it is, whatever situation you're facing, you can have a look at a story and draw the lesson. And when you do draw the lesson out, it isn't just Sarah's story, it becomes part of ours. It starts to add colour and weave another message or another thread into our own stories to help us be stronger, to help us be better. And it helps us to learn what others are going through. It helps us become more empathetic, more understanding, more compassionate. Now, I've just skimmed over that story in a few minutes. There are many, many other layers, and perhaps when you read the story, you'll draw out other lessons. I'd like to hear what they are if you do. And I also wanted to highlight that this isn't just Sarah's story. You can do this for every single story that's featured. You can go and have a look, and it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you look close enough, you'll draw a lesson, and it can make a small change in your heart or your mind. And the whole idea is that we can feel more hope, more positivity, and in doing that, we can draw strength from that to face another day with a great attitude. So I hope you enjoy Sarah's story. I'd love to get your perspectives, especially if you found something different to what I've shared. And I'll leave a link below if you just click on that link where it says where to comment, and we'll love to hear from you.